This video overviews the short scramble up Issue Clough that includes not much else other than a grade 2.5 waterfall that is well beyond the capabilities of a grade 1 scrambler, especially on a wet and windy day. Issue Clough lies above Bilberry Reservoir near Holmfirth in West Yorkshire. Fuller details of parking, routes and locations are given in the text description underneath the video.
This is a summary of Issue Clough, which flows downstream into Clough and itself then flows into Bilberry Reservoir. I've joined about 300 or 400 yards further up Issue Clough from where Issue Road, the track, crosses it. As you can see here, at least, it is pretty small, but there is a waterfall marked on the Ordnance Survey map that may be worth investigating. At this point, Issue Clough, at the stream in it, is pretty small, not very steep, and quite overgrown. So although I have been walking up it for a little bit, I don't really see much point in doing that further, and I'm just going to get out and walk alongside it. Now it's getting steeper with a small set of cascades, and then I guess you'd call that a waterfall, maybe 10 or 15 feet high, but with a nice incline on it that makes it easy to walk up. So here is the Issue Clough waterfall. It is a good 30 to 35 feet tall. There are some relatively doable sections here and also just about there, but there are also a set of overhangs up there and there that look difficult, and not just because it's at least 6 or 7 hours since my breakfast, but much more because this would need to be done with a rope and probably with a climbing buddy. I am instead going to take one of the escape routes that are to the side. I'm going to say the waterfall was something like a grade 2. Escape route, scramble out, was a definite grade 1, and above it we've got a couple of little cascades that I'm sure I can attempt to compensate for my feelings of failure of not having got up the main waterfall. Not surprisingly, the compensation for failure of climbing those small cascades was relatively limited. To be fair, they were a little bit of a challenge. And now the Issue Clough Brook has become, as you can probably see, pretty largely overgrown above this point, though it is getting steeper further up. Although Issue Brook is of no great interest, it's actually easier to walk up the brook than by the side of it. You can tell by the fact that the brook is running over grass mainly that it's typically a lot less full than this. The brook splits at this point. The right hand fork looks potentially quite interesting, difficult to get up to the top, but it's late in the day and I'm just going to take this, which is the more straightforward path, even though that's going to be a little bit of a scramble to get up to the top and back onto the Pennine Way for the return. My verdict may be coloured by the fact that I'm knackered, it's piddling with rain and the wind's blowing and the mists come down, but I'm not sure I'll be coming back to Issue Clough. It has only one gift to give, which is the grade 2+ waterfall. If I had a way of getting up those kinds of waterfalls, maybe I would pay it a return visit, but other than that there's nothing much here. It's quite short, it's quite overgrown, there's not a lot of water in it, and I suspect on most times of the year there's even less water in than there is at present, so it's not going to get a star rating from me.